Warning: the following podcast contains violent scenes that may be unsettling to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised. Hello, and welcome to the Diaries, where my pals and I get together and talk about subjects dealing with our favorite tabletop role-playing setting, the World of Darkness. While we may not be subject matter experts on the game lines, we have a passion that has led us to create and share actual plays with you all. Eventually we thought, well shit, we might as well take a stab at a podcast, and here you go. Each episode we will have a guest content creator to join us to talk about whatever subject is on the table. If you would like to contact us, you can reach out to us on Twitter at twin_cities_VTM or on Facebook at Twin Cities by Night. So here we go. I hope you enjoy. Hello everyone and welcome to the fucking Brian Diaries. I'm fucking back and I'm fucking stoked and I have a fucking confession to make, Andrew. I have a confession to make, man. And this is probably gonna where our listenership's probably gonna fucking drop, dude. Like critically because of this. I have quit drinking coffee, man. I fucking have quit drinking coffee. Can you tell? Yeah.
I can't tell.
Yeah, I know.
Because you said 5 fuckings in the last, how long has it been? 30 seconds,
about
45 seconds?
They're not even 10 seconds, 11. That's a fuck for every 2 seconds, you know?
Yep, that's why I was quiet. I was counting.
Yeah, my mouth is
waiting, I was waiting for more to drop. I was going to see what was going to be the count today.
My mouth is like a rabbit and drops a lot of fucks. That's a lyric. You guys can go ahead and throw that. Yeah. Okay. No, but reality, I kind of have cut back on the coffee and I've been drinking green tea lately, man, which I mean has caffeine, but not to the high.
Desiree would be proud.
Yeah, well, that exactly. It's funny. Shout out Desiree. Shout out Wolf Mom. Shout out. I don't even know what other. Aaron, the gangrel from Esoteric Order of Role Players, has really got me on to green tea. Matter of fact, it kind of skipped where I was going to bring her up. But yeah, I haven't been really doing anything too much for the podcast for the last about month, I would think. I know just was going through some personal shit, and I want to thank Desiree from the Esoteric Order of Role Players, along with David, along with the whole Twin Cities by Night crew, including you, Andrew, and people from the scene who have reached out to me. Thank you. It's awesome. Just sometimes life, you just get overwhelmed by life a little bit. I'm not going to get too into the weeds about, the situation or whatever, but I just needed a break. I got the break. Did some reevaluation. I fucking meditate now, dude. Now I meditate to find out dark and evil ways to take over the world, but I still meditate. And I'm just like doing some things to lower my stress, dude. And I'm ready to be back with the Brian Diaries. And
that's good. That's good.
It is. It's awesome to be back. It was awesome to see the gang step up. Shout out to Twin Cities by Night for this is the thing, Andrew, and this is what blows my fucking mind, dude, about the whole Twin Cities by Night experience. And to the day one people who've been listening before we were even in a podcast format probably recognize this already, but long gone are the days where Twin Cities by Night was just me running a game with 4 fucking people and that's it, Like we have become like this well-oiled machine, dude, like where processes and fucking exist and people step up and do different things, and like I can easily be like, hey guys, I need a break for a month, and motherfuckers are coming up with one shots and coming up with Brian Diary episodes and all this crazy shit, and I just want to give everyone in the crew a thanks for that. It really means a lot. But for those of you who listened to last Brian Diary episode where Slavic and Tillman talked about Eclipse Phase 2nd edition character creation, how awesome was that? Have you listened to that yet, Andrew? I know it's hard to keep up with our shit or everything, but did you happen to take a listen to that?
I did not.
Dude, listening to that shit was like listening to an NPR episode. And what I mean by that is I felt like I was smart, even though I'm a dummy. You ever had that where you listen to certain podcasts or watch certain shows, I am smart. I'm watching this fucking podcast or watching this show or listening to this podcast. Dude, it was so chill. It was so fucking relaxing. It was just I was driving to work listening to it, and it just totally made my day. And I've had so many fucking people reach out and say that Slavic and Tillman should record episodes, you know what I mean, and do their thing. And I'm trying to get them to warm up to it. So if you're listening and you're one of those people who told me that, hey, those two should do more episodes, go on our Discord, go on our Twitter, go on our Facebook, bully them, because bullying, I mean, peer pressure works, right, Andrew? Am I wrong in that? It works. and yeah, hit them up and see what they're hit them up and get them to start recording shit, man, so I can hear their silky smooth European tones. What have you been up to, bro? I've been talking a lot. What have you been up to?
Just do your thing. Um, you know, I I have experienced my fair share of stresses. Uh, I'll just leave that at that. I have
Don't
been
think
just trying to just relax and take it easy as well. There's just not. Oh, man, how can I put this without going into depth? Sometimes you just really need to take a step back from things and
hmm
just do things that you enjoy and have fun.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why this is awesome that this is here, right? Like we can
Yeah.
always like fall back and do that for fun. And I don't know if a lot of people who listen to us realize, like, with us and I guess our vision, all 10 of us, our vision on how Twin Cities by Night goes, we don't have like a mission statement. We don't have like a business plan. We're not having like a long future goal, like, hey, we want to make a living off of this. And I mean, I'm not like, that's not me shitting on people who do have that outlook. I'm not, if you want to go for that goal, yeah, you do you, man. But with us at Twin Cities by Night, this is all for love, man. Like this is all for love of the hobby. Now, of course, we want to be listened to, and of course, we want people to discover us. Some more so than others. But this is all come down to, this is just us doing something we love, which even makes it more amazing, right? How people step up and just like
Yeah.
are able to whip together stories at the last minute to have people run. And yeah, man, it's good to come back to this and be around with you, brother. I missed you, man. I missed you, brother. Even though we only live like 20 minutes apart, right? Is it 20,
Yeah,
30
dude.
minutes?
Look, you were saying how we're gonna go hang out, and
Ugh.
you've had all this shit going on. So I've been letting you get used to life in Texas,
Yeah. Driving to Texas.
right?
Here's my plan,
But
dude. When my house
yeah.
is built, because I'm staying in this fucking rental that I can't, my wife and I fucking, we loathe it. You know what I mean? But when my house is done, getting built, you're going to be coming over and we're going to be hanging out, dude. And you'll be sitting in my office where I'm going to throw up thumbnails of all our Twin Cities by Night fucking thumbnails on the wall. And I'm going to have that drawing of Katow that Jenkins' awesome boyfriend did, all that shit, man. We'll go ahead and rock that shit out, dude. So, but I'm pretty excited here, dude, because today's topic, what we're going to actually be talking about after the break, is perhaps the biggest reason why we have horrible Vampire the Masquerade cosplay where people dress up like a 2000 Britney Spears Oops, I Did It Again backup dancer. You know what I'm talking about, right? That Milkavian with the fucking school Catholic girl outfit cosplay that is fucking horrible right after like Harley Quinn, right? I think that's worse than Harley Quinn. What do you say? Am I being wrong? Am I being evil saying that?
I don't think it's worse.
You don't think it's worse than Harley Quinn? Oh
No,
wow, man.
no,
Oh
no.
wow.
Harley Quinn has got some next level like
Oh
fandom
god,
behind
dude.
it.
I mean, no, like what's
I like cartoon Harley. I like the way they
yeah.
introduced that character, but everything in after
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
and people who are fans of Harley.
Yeah. But anyway, so what I'm talking about is we're going to be talking about the classic video game, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, after this break, which Andrew has played a ton of, and I have never played. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that and take a deep dive into that. Yeah, until then, stay tuned, motherfuckers. Fuck. I said 5 fucks in 2 seconds right there, did I? Or actually 7 fucks. Either way, cut to the break.
Oh, hello again, folks. I'd like to tell you about the Facebook group we run called White Wolf and Onyx Path RPGs, Gameplay and Media. Have you ever wished you could have an easy way to find gameplay videos and podcasts, or just media in general that deals with your favorite White Wolf role-playing games? Or have you ever wished you could find a forum to share gameplay that you have recorded? One that won't be drowned out by random posts and discussions, so that your media could get the attention you deserve. The group is specifically run with the sole intent of it being a one-stop shop for people to view or share media involving the games we all love. We take thorough steps to ensure the page does not become cluttered and is easy to traverse. The group is already immense and continuing to rapidly grow, with new media being shared every day. stop on by. We hope to see you there.
Okay, welcome back. Let's just dive right into this. Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines, a video game that come out. What was it? 2003, I want to say 2004. It was around the same time. It was literally the same time as Half-Life 2. Like, I remember that they had the same engine, and it just kind of had that really terrible like release because it was competing against something that has been lauded. Even now, people are still there's that meme on the internet like, "Oh, when's Half-Life 3 coming out?" You know, because like how popular of a game that was. It sold shit. It did absolutely terrible, and it was a buggy mess. It was just horrible. It was a really horrible game on release, but it has become this like cult classic because it is a damn good game. It really is. And people have devoted so much time to just fixing the bugs in it to where now you can just, hey, there's a patch you can get, and the game is just, it runs smooth, and it's just wonderful.
And isn't there like some like saying like every time someone mentions Bloodlines, it gets installed
Yes.
and played
If
again?
someone reinstalls and plays it all over again. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I mean, once you've played it through with like 4 or 5 different types of characters, yeah, you're kind of done. There's not really a whole lot more that you can do, because the story, it's one of those types of games where it's a role-playing game with a story that you just play through in a linear fashion, and then you can get a whole different experience playing it again with a different character with different interactions. um, it's it's really one of those games that you don't play it because of the game mechanics are exciting. Like, no, that's not why you play this game. It's really dated in that regard, actually. Like, the game mechanics are just really weird, and everything's combat focused and the disciplines and stuff. So like, you're playing this game because it sells you on the World of Darkness and Vampire the Masquerade. It really sells that feel. It makes you think like, wow, I'm really in this like dark world where there are vampires and werewolves and other unknown things living in the world, and you are trying to navigate the politics between the Camarilla and the Sabbat and the Anarchs, and just trying to really, you're a neonate who just has all the elders manipulating you left and right, and trying to figure out how you're going to survive and what you're going to do, and to not just get just crushed and under all this political machination.
So originally, when the game came out, correct me if I'm wrong, you could only play Camarilla clans, right?
Well, that's actually still the case.
Okay.
There are mods that people have made over time to adapt it to where you can play other things, but those again they're mods. So if you're
Okay.
getting the official game and then you get the unofficial patch, it doesn't add anything. It just
Fixes stuff.
fixes stuff. There's some coding in the game that had some like voice lines that were unused, and some other little bits and pieces here that were re-added that because they were incomplete and they had to kind of fill in some of it. But for the most part, it's just fixing things and adding in stuff that was in the coding already that was just left out in the final product. So like, there's nothing without mods where you play through like as one of the Camarilla clans, and you just kind of have to, it's mostly you're deciding between like, am I going to side with Anarchs or am I going to side with Camarilla?
So that's what I was going to ask about, because for those of you who may not know, I think it was 2 Brian Diaries episodes ago, we did one on the second Anarch revolt that occurred in Los Angeles.
This is in the same setting. It has, okay, so there's one character from that book in this game.
One, that's it? Really?
There's one, because it's 10-year gap.
Okay.
There's a 10-year. Now, that said, I have some theories about some of the other characters in the video game and who they really answer to. But like, the character that shows up is voiced by John DiMaggio, who I don't know if you know who that is. He did the voice of Bender from Futurama.
No way.
And
wow.
he Jake the Dog and Adventure Time and other things. Like, they've got some pretty good like voice actor credits in this. Courtney Taylor, Gray Delisle, other people. Like, there's really, really good voice acting in this game. It is brilliant. Like, they sell you the characters It is so good. Like you tease and joke about the character on the cover, you know, and the thing is, she's voiced by Grey Delisle, who you may not know who she is by her name, but she is probably one of the biggest voice actors out there because of the sheer volume of things that she does and the range of her characters. Like she's in everything from like Fairly Odd Parents to like some anime and like Avatar the Last Airbender and just like tons and tons of video games on The Simpsons, and just she has so many voice acting credits. Like you can look at her like history and you would be amazed. And you can, all these characters are so different from each other and they're so unique, and she is just an incredibly talented woman. And like her character in this is this like, you know, sexy seductress type of Malkavian who's like kind of wild, and people really get into it because she sells you this character who just like seems just really intriguing, you know.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm not hating on it too much. Just like 25% hate. So
Yeah.
you say it takes place 10 minutes. Or 10
years
10
About
years,
10
10
years.
minutes. Literally 10 minutes later.
It's 10, it is almost exactly 10 years after the book is set.
So
The book is set in 92, I want to say.
yeah.
And so this is set in 2003, so 11 years.
So is it a spoiler to say what character is from the book that is in the story?
I mean, this is a game that came out in 2003.
Yeah. We should just say, hey, yeah, if you haven't fucking played it, we're spoiling it, all right? Because like,
yeah,
fuck it,
like,
it's been
come on.
out 15, 16 years, man. Come on now. All right,
Yeah,
go ahead.
no,
So
it's what's
Smiling
his name?
Jack, right?
Smiling Jack, yeah.
Yeah. Because
So,
I've seen clips of it. Yeah.
like he's like right there in the beginning, you know.
Okay.
Like he's the character that kind of takes you through the tutorial. And he appears more later on in the game, and he's very critical to the plot. You know, he and the character of Smiling Jack is just fun and interesting. He's like that. He's that you know, Ancilla age-ish like Bruja who's part of the Anarchs, and just like all the other Anarchs look up to him and how great he is. You know,
Yeah.
he's like a legendary figure to them, and he plays that role in this video game as being like this just really cool like dude who's just, if you're on the Anarch side and everything, he's cool, man. He'll give you some advice and tips and stuff, and he's just real chill. And being voiced by someone like, you can hear the voice of Bender in there. You really can. But hearing that, like, it makes him like, oh yeah, this dude's awesome, you know?
Yeah.
John
sure.
DiMaggio just has that like kind of he's got a very distinct sound.
Awesome.
You know, even though his characters have slightly different voices, like his range isn't as wide as some other people, but like it's good. It's a good voice. It's a good combination of visuals and voice acting.
So that game came out towards the end of the original Vampire the Masquerade's lifespan.
Yeah, and this takes place during those times in the final nights. Like the story revolves around like, you know, the antediluvians possibly rising. You know, like there's this whole plot about like finding this ancient sarcophagus. They call the Ankaran sarcophagus, and like the prince is having you like go and like look into it because, you know, it might have some like ancient in there or something. You know?
So that's my question for you. I was going to ask, is there any explanation as to the changes that happened in 10 years? Because obviously there's a huge change in that. His name is LaCroix, right? LaCroix. There's a Prince LaCroix, right?
In the game itself, no. They don't really address that. Now, that said, outside in like, you can kind of piece together the lore of what really happened in other sources, because before this game even come out, like some of the characters like Jeremy McNeil, who was, you know, really like the big Anarch dude, like he just kind of disappeared in he you know, there was this like move in of the, what did he call him, the Quasian coming into, they come into LA, and like, but all this ongoing war that was happening, and he just kind of he left town. No one knows where he went. He just disappeared, and then like things started going to hell. So, you know, later on they kind of do through like stuff like Beckett's Jihad Diary. They kind of hint at it a bit in some other books. Even they in the like Anarchs Unbound, and I'm sure there's stuff on there in the V5 Anarch book. I haven't really read that though. I'm sure there's stuff on specifically, you know, addressing that, because they do use now I'm drawing a blank on her name.
The Malkavian?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, she is in V5. They have a little profile
right.
of her at the end.
Yeah, they have like a lot of they really use her a lot, and so um they do kind of tie in what happened in that like you know the anarchs were losing, shit was going down, and the Camarilla moved in and just said, hey, here's our prince. They sent a guy in to be the prince who was kind of like he'll tell even in the game if you get him to like you a little bit, and do some stuff for him and really suck up to him. He'll tell you a little bit of his own personal history about how he was like embraced during the Napoleonic era, like he was a soldier in Napoleon's army and everything, and how he was given this opportunity to be a prince by some other elder in the Camarilla, just basically telling him like, hey, he's a pawn essentially.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the theme of Vampire, really, is that there's always elders manipulating you, even princes.
Oh yeah, for
Not
sure.
even though the prince is telling the neonates what to do, the prince has people he's answering to.
Yep.
And it really shows in this game, but they don't throw it in your face either. It's like something you can find out, like, and he pitches it as like this whole like you know he was given this awesome opportunity, but like how that really went down. The reason why he's a prince here, and that's why he wants this sarcophagus, because he thinks maybe there's a ancient in there that can give him a little power boost so that he can stop being pushed around.
Power boost Diablo. No, I'm just yeah. So one thing that I was gonna ask you is there are some NPCs I know. I think Sasha Vikos, did I pronounce that right? Is in the game, right? Has a cameo. Am I
No, I
correct?
don't think so.
Oh, maybe it's different Shimize.
Yeah, there's a completely different
Okay.
Shimizu character in there.
Are there any other non-LA by Night NPCs that are from the World of Darkness that are in the game, or are they all?
Yeah. There's a couple. Yeah, Beckett's in there.
Oh, Beckett.
Yeah. He has a whole thing. He'll even like if your character is a gangrel and you've like I did this on accident. I found this out myself on accident. If your character is a gangrel and you have your disciplines already maxed out, he will teach you an out of clan discipline. He'll teach you
Oh, wow.
celerity. And that's the only way you can get an out of clan discipline in this game.
Oh, wow. That's
So
awesome.
gangrels are the only ones without like using mods or any kind of like thing like that to in just the base game you can get celerity
Oh, wow. That's
as an
pretty
out of
cool.
clan discipline. And so like he plays an important role in uncovering the truth about the sarcophagus, because his role in the World of Darkness as like a scholar and everything, and he's very interested in types of things where it's like, oh, there's these supposedly ancients. He's this not a scholar who goes around researching things and traveling the globe. And so during this time of this video game, he appears like at first it's like it's kind of creepy because like there's like some kind of like giant wolf you see occasionally like fucking following you.
Oh, God.
And you're like, oh, what the fuck? You'll see it every now and then in certain parts of the game. And then turns out it's Beckett. He was just like, just happened to be there because he's looking into the same thing you are. And then like, he kind of starts helping you out with things, giving you clues on where you can go next to look for more information and stuff. Beckett is
one of the characters in there. Are there any other NPCs, like kind of known NPCs?
In like from like the tabletop, like in the books and stuff.
Yeah.
No, they introduce a lot of new characters. They really build a world of their own, which is good because they don't like beholden themselves completely to what is going on in the tabletop game, and they kind of like, but they still they use that universe, and it's a believable like you're really, like I was saying earlier, like you're really in the World of Darkness, you're really in the world of Vampire the Masquerade.
That's what it feels like to me. It feels like they had more freedom, probably because they knew the game line was wrapping up too, so they didn't have to like sit there and follow a lot of the canon also. So are there any other elements of any of the other World of Darkness games that are in Bloodlines? Like, do you have like werewolves, mages, or anything to that extent?
Yeah. There's a whole thing with a werewolf. There's a whole. I won't say where it happens, but it is usually a stumbling point for people who are playing the game for the first time, because what you have to do like is just run.
Just fucking run. Get that down to celerity from Beckett and just run.
You cannot fight. You cannot fight this thing. You just have to run.
Oh,
and there's also a really cool like thing later on where a character you thought was dead shows back up with like a werewolf head that like from that scene.
Oh wow, that's pretty intense, dude. Pretty intense. So they are the factions that are in it are the Sabbat, Anarchs, Camarilla, and the Kindred of the East, right?
Yes, and there are the occasional like independent. There's a Nagaraja in the story.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
there's a
Giovanni, right?
yeah. There's a whole thing with the Giovanni. You have to like infiltrate their place. So like they have independents in there. And but it's mostly like you're mostly trying to decide of you are having to do what the prince says.
Hmm.
Like because even if you refuse him, he'll like dominate you.
One thing that
But you're balancing that act between like playing like Anarch or Camarilla and which one you want to really side with in the end. And you can also end up siding with Quajin, which bad idea, never do that.
So this game has had even in our group alone, I think Slavic, I think Adam at least has said, and I'm not sure anyone else.
I think Tillman played it.
Tillman. Well, yeah. But I mean, I know a lot of people played it, but I'm thinking, I know definitely Adam and Slavic said the whole reason they checked out the game, the tabletop version, was because they played the video game version
and
first.
I think that's the case for many people. Is that this game really brought them into introduced them to it, and that's good. It's a good thing. It's great because because again, like I said before, it sold the world, the universe to people, and they really wanted to know more. Because it's Vampire the Masquerade, man. It's got a very unique take on vampirism. The whole like story with antediluvians and Cain and all that. You learn about that through the gameplay over time.
Oh wow! So they delve into some of the deep shit, right?
Oh yeah. You can talk to NPCs and you can get a really good perspective of the universe. All the while you're playing an action RPG where you're running around as a vampire in a trench coat with machine guns and katanas. That's the thing that you're doing. So it's a bit cheesy, but at the same time, it really sells you on the world.
Well, one thing that I heard from a lot of people who play is that there's a scene with the hotel. I think it's the Giovanni scene or the mansion or something like that.
No.
Go ahead.
The hotel, yes.
Yes, that's pretty creepy.
Oh yeah. So it's kind of like there's horror games now that probably wouldn't exist now if it wasn't for this one type of like scenario they have you in.
Oh wow! Holy shit! Really?
There's that whole like have you ever played Descent?
No, for the record, I'm not a big video game player, so I don't have a lot of experience ahead of time. So I apologize, but no, I haven't.
Or no, Amnesia: The Dark Descent. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Okay,
Amnesia.
No, I have not.
But anyway, there's games. There's a whole genre of like where you're like this helpless person, like or something like that, where you're trying to like navigate like a spooky, dark place, and there's like weird supernatural shit going on, and you don't know what the hell is actually happening, and you just have to try and just like live, and it's you going through this haunted hotel is what it is. Your character has to go to this hotel to retrieve something for another character, and it's haunted going there. and when you get there, and it just weird shit starts happening around you, and it's so fucking creepy. It really is. They really got that whole like you're walking and you see like a figure at the end of the hall, and then like lights flicker and they're gone. You're like, what the fuck was that?
Jesus
and then
Christ.
there's like voices and shit that you start hearing. Like it sounds like something's like right behind you, and you turn around, and then like stuff is like moving. And then like you walk into a room and all the fucking electricity, like the lights explode and everything, and you're like, oh, it's so creepy. The environment is so and it is hazardous too. It's not like, oh, you're just walking around and nothing, your characters can't die from anything. Like there are actual threats in this situation as well.
Oh man.
And it's just and so like I said, there's a werewolf. Like this is Wraith. There's a Wraith in this game, and it's scary.
Jesus Christ. So now everyone who I'm sure follows Vampire the Masquerade or who's played the game is well aware that the second Bloodlines is going to be coming out. I don't know the exact release date.
I don't either. I'd have to look that up. But they have a Discord server. We could probably throw that in the description for this video.
For sure. Now, have you been following that? Are you excited for that? Do you still do you find it like rekindling that excitement you had with the first one?
At first, it did. The more information I find out about it, the less I'm kind of like, eh. It seems to be departing a bit from the established like VTM kind of thing. They're introducing their own factions.
It's like new yeah, I've noticed that they've been slowly releasing information about them. Right?
They've got 5 factions, and one of them I think is the Camarilla, but like, or at least it's like very similar. It's like this is basically the Camarilla, but like I don't know. They're setting up their own like dynamic of factions, and I like the existing factions in VTM.
Yeah.
And I would rather they used those, but I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to make their own thing, and that's fine. And then they have the same author though. That's the thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of the same authors. I don't think Justin Achille is working on it, but I know
Oh.
that the other writer. Yeah, you didn't know Justin.
No, I didn't know. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he did. He is credited for working on it. I don't know exactly what he did.
Hmm.
I just know that he's credited for working in Bloodlines.
Yeah.
But
you're kind of just waiting to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of games. Isn't there like another vampire video game coming out too? And
Brian Mitsoda, that's the guy who's writing for Bloodlines 2.
Oh, okay.
I was a bit surprised seeing Justin Achilles' name, though, to be honest, because I googled there earlier and I was like, huh. I didn't even know he had something in that.
Yeah. Well, I think he was also working on that MMORPG that never ended up being a thing, which that would have been rad too, to be honest with you. That MMORPG, hit the ground. I may have even checked that out, but just I find with just myself and everything going on, I have it's just the time to sit down and play video games for me. I just don't have the time and anything, but the excitement that you see people for Bloodlines 2 is just fucking amazing.
Oh, you know what it is? Okay, I'm looking at it more detailed. The writing credits for Justin Achille is that he worked on the game Vampire the Masquerade. And so that's what it is.
They threw it in there. Yeah, for sure.
Like, so they just threw him as a writing credit on IMDb because he worked on the tabletop game.
Awesome. So one more question before we wrap this up. And, we had that, you said you had theories about some characters from LA by Night who were probably involved, but they're just not spoken or seen in the game. Tell me some of those theories, because I'm really interested in hearing those.
My biggest theory is that there's a character in the video game who says that he is the Baron of Los Angeles. He is the guy, or Baron of, I'm sorry, Hollywood. My bad. Not just LA. He's the Baron of Hollywood. And he says that, he's been the one who built up Hollywood, and he's been involved in everything, and he's the guy who really really made Hollywood what it is, right?
Yeah.
And he's a Toreador. And if this is sounding familiar, there's a certain character in the book, Christopher Halton, who's a Toreador who built up LA.
Yeah.
And so this guy, to me, is clearly just like someone that Christopher has in place.
Yeah, for sure.
This is one of his proxies. This is someone he is working through. And to me, it shows that this is probably someone that either that he embraced directly or is embraced by that former prince, because it's in the book. Don Sebastian had tons of childhood. The reason why Toreador are so populous in the area is because he was just embracing lots of people and letting them embrace. So my theory is that this so-called Baron of Hollywood is just someone that is descended from and is pretty much directly controlled by Christopher Halton. And the only reason he's even there is because, this guy's behind the scenes manipulating him.
Do you feel they left out Christopher and Joaquin and all that because they kind of didn't want the game to get too dark?
I think that they just really wanted to do their own thing, kind of like how Bloodlines 2 is going to be, say in I think it's Seattle.
Yep.
Yeah, and they're building their own setting. I think they just wanted to do their own thing, and they didn't want to be too beholden to a book that was 10 years old and was probably a little different from the vision they had, and they wanted to try to expand the setting in their own way and build the story. And so while it's good they used a whole bunch of new characters and they used a couple of the old ones, I still like to tie in how these how these things all work together, because you can totally use the Bloodlines game in like a tabletop game. You could totally use some of this stuff. Like, and I think it's funny. We mentioned earlier the Des from the Esoteric Order, because I was listening to their podcast the other day, and he threw out a reference directly to that game
Oh,
that
did he?
I don't think Des picked up on it. And if you're listening to this, Des, Asphole is in Bloodlines.
And you know Des is listening because she fucking mentioned you in the other one about the vigil or vigil.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny. Boner jams for the win. If you don't know, go listen to Esoteric Order role players, man. Holy shit. It's funny because I'll listen the first 20 minutes of their shit and then stop when they start playing because I'm wrapping up 13 Candles, which is their third arc in their LA Chronicle right now. So I don't want to spoil anything. So, well, that's been an awesome fucking lesson. That's the cool thing too with these games is that they are written to the whole unreliable narrator aspect, man, to where like you can picture it and piece it together and piecemeal the story how you would like, even in a game like Bloodlines, you know, like Christopher Hutton's responsible for that Baron. Yeah, that's in your story, man. That's your jam. You do you know. And that's kind of cool. They left a lot of things open like that, and rather than be so concrete.
I'm pretty convinced personally that Isaac Abrams is basically just like a proxy of Christopher Houghton. It's that there's just too much that ties them together.
Yeah.
And that that it's really just this really just like this whole video game really ties into this the tabletop, and like and when you get into like even V5 and some of V20, you know, not too much in V20, just Beckett's Jihad Diary, but when you really get into those, you can see a lot of the that stuff being adapted into it because they want it to be a unified world. And so you can always use this game in your tabletop game. Like you play, if you're playing in a setting in LA, like play the game, just experience it at least once, pull some ideas from it, use some of the characters. There's some cool people in this game. Probably throw out some of the others. don't use them all. Like I fucking hate Damsel. I hate that character. I don't know why people like her. I hate Damsel.
Which one's that?
Shitty character. She's the anarch, like who's like the den mother type figure for like the anarchs in their weird little club.
Oh.
And
is that the
one they like hang out in a bar? No, that's not the stripper. The stripper is a whole different character who is
I don't even want to know the weird dance that they all do. Like I don't even.
The stripper vampire actually I think is a good character because she like manipulates you into doing her bidding so that she doesn't actually have to deal with like things.
Oh, she's a vampire. I thought she was like a backup. I just thought it was a backup scene in the game. You know what I mean? Like you walk by it or whatever.
No. You go into a strip club and meet a stripper vampire.
Oh wow!
And you can and doing these like quests for her, you can get her to let you use like her strippers as blood dolls.
Oh wow! That's some dark. That's Tarantino shit right there, man. You know, like
this is a dark game, dude. Like you can stumble across like some chick giving a dude head in an alley behind a club.
Oh
like
wow!
You don't see anything, but like she's on her knees, like moving her head back and forth. Like it's pretty clear what's going on. And then and then there's like people who like there's some dark shit that go on. There's like a sex trafficking ring. There's
holy shit, man.
There's like drug trade. There's like they really it is the world of darkness, dude. It is.
Dang.
It sells you on that setting. They don't pull any punches. But it also has it's got that revised era like katanas and trench coats and machine guns kind of feel to it too.
Oh wow.
So that's not. It's for an action game. You kind of need that.
You kind of need it. Yeah, you got to have a fucking katana, bro. If you're gonna have chicks giving head in the alleyway, you need a fucking katana, man. That's just like
it's a crazy game, man.
Yeah, dude. So if you are hearing this, check it out. If you haven't before, if you have fucking listened to it, well, guess what? You get to if you have played it, you just heard our opinions on it. So
if you have played it, it sounds like you're going to be playing it again.
Yeah. It's like, how many hours did we just commit people to against their will?
Yeah, they're just going to be like, ah, shit.
They're like, fuck fuck them. Yeah, that's our plan. Fuck them in their goddamn two cold cities. They're not even from there. You know, like that's what's going to be happening. Oh well, man. Sorry to hear that, guys. I remember you while you're looking at stripper vampires, but on that note, we're going to go ahead and take our second break, and then we're going to come back. We're going to be talking about what we have coming up in the future. All right, stay tuned.
High Level Games, the industry's first choice in taking your games to the next level. We are a podcast blog and new media network at highlevelgames.ca. We have blog posts about all of your favorite games going up 5 days a week, and a podcasting network with actual plays and shows that discuss role-playing games, with more rolling out all the time. We are on iTunes, Twitch, and YouTube. Find out more information at highlevelgames.ca, a site that certainly isn't controlled by a shadowy board of directors of otherworldly origin. That's highlevelgames.ca.
Please, help. They're coming.
All right, welcome back. So let's talk about what we have coming up on the schedule. So on December 1st, when this is actually what you're listening to right now will be released, we'll be recording our Vampire the Masquerade mini-series called Sorrow of Winter's character creation session. And what that means is that the players will be creating their characters. We'll have a short little narration origin kind of aspect to it before the actual story kicks off. For those of you who
I'm not committing anything to a sheet until we do that.
Oh yeah, and I mean, dude, there's going to be so much going on. I mean, like everyone has had concepts, Well, not to get too in depth, but clan wise, right now we have a Shimize, Pander, Asimite, a Malkavian, and I don't want to say yet that she's gonna 100% do it, but someone is thinking about doing a Samedi. So we will, not Samedi, excuse me, a Salubri. So we'll have to see what is going on with that. But
yeah, those Salubri are good. Okay, I don't like the normal Salubri, but the other Salubri, those guys are dope.
So
I love that idea. All right.
She hasn't committed to it yet. She's trying to figure out what the character concept. What this game, for those of you who may not know, and Andrew's playing in it too, so that's why he's super excited. Actually, matter of fact, for those of you who may not know, we'll have two special guest players of Desiree Valdez and David Larkins from the Esoteric Order role players are going to be playing in it. Andrew will be playing in it. Craig will be playing it, and Becca will be playing in it. And what my goal and I'll be running it. And what my goal with this story is, it's going to be set in the Twin Cities by Night continuity. And for those of you who don't know, I look at the Twin Cities by Night continuity right now to be the Negligence story arc, the Homecoming story arc, Wars on Fire, Dread, and the Ghoul's Fatal Addiction miniseries Servitude. So those are all five kind of in the same continuity, at least in my eyes. And what I'm trying to do with these little miniseries, just like I did with Ghoul's Fatal Addiction Servitude, is to expand upon the canon more that I've set and expose more of the canon that I've had in my head since I started running Twin Cities by Night. And so what Sorrow of Winter is going to be a story set in 1991 during the deep winter of that year in the Twin Cities. And it's going to be telling the story of a Sabbat pack that is being sent from Montreal to go look into the, I guess I don't want to say the disappearance, but a deeply inserted, not undercover, but embedded pack that's been in the Twin Cities that has stopped reporting back. And so they, and not only that, but they're going to be doing this after the loss of their pack leader and pack priest who committed suicide. So basically, this is a pack who's kind of leaderless at the moment, trying to find their way, dealing with loss, and they get tasked to look into the disappearance of another pack, and they're offered rewards or final death if they fail, kind of thing. So it's going to be a real kind of what I'm aiming for as a storyteller with this game, and the story is a really dark and sad tale that explores themes of loss and of depression and family and tightness and also the horror that is Vampire the Masquerade. When I first started having ideas of this, I really was feeling like the kind of like the first second ed vibe of Vampire, and especially at the time I was reading a Poppy Z Bright book. Now the book wasn't that good, to be honest. I was reading, it was Lost Souls, but I didn't like the book, but I like the tone of the book, if that makes sense. I like the vibe of the book. So that really goth punk aesthetic. Not saying that all vampire games have to be that way, but that's why this game is set in 1991. I really want to kind of take a deep dive into that. And so I'm excited. I really am excited for it. I'm excited to get into this character creation session, the excitement that some have had, just being able to expose more of this Twin Cities by Night canon, Andrew, is what I'm excited about. Answer questions that players may have, lead to more questions. And it's kind of a trip, Andrew, really, to be honest with you, like seeing people have like theories now about shit, which is like kind of mind-boggling, but also like it's like,
I mean, you've been weaving together all these intricate different stories and just kind of tying them together. So like people want to, they want to see where where the rabbit hole goes,
which is excited to be honest, which I mean, I'm not going to fucking lie. Like hearing people react that way to stuff I've ran, it gives me more motivation to see it through. You know what I mean? Is to tell it. That's why I like doing these side stories. Cause originally I was just going to do, like Twin Cities by Night stories and like and the Pale Rider stories, but like doing these side like stories like this gets me really excited because I'm like, man, I can answer this, and not do it in like a convoluted, like just making up shit for people to listen kind of thing. So I'm super excited to finally get to doing that. I'm super excited because I am trying to now with like every game that I run, try to do a new like tone to it. Like Wars had its own tone, like Dread has its own tone, Institutionalized, the Ultimate Evil has its own tone, and just kind of Servitude had its own thing. So just trying to do like new shit. Will it always work? I don't know. But it's fun to be able to be experimental. And I think that with the hard work that you, me, and the others in the gang, and that the listeners who've stuck with us, have all done, we now can be more experimental with the shit that we try. You know what I mean? We can we're less afraid to go into areas that may have been intimidating before when it comes to running or playing in games. So that's really awesome. And I think we see that with the one shots and all the different stuff that we're doing now. So really excited for that. I'm really excited that you're able to play in it. And I'm really excited that Becca and Craig, who can add to the Twin Cities by Night, continuity, and then especially having David and Des do that also, especially with Des now listening through our Twin Cities by Night stuff, which is really cool.
They're both phenomenal role players, so I'm excited to see what they bring through with their characters. There's going to be some. I think there'll be some fun interactions, especially with the character pitch that she had. Like, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah. I'm like, they're really good. I mean, if you haven't, and I know we've been talking about them a lot, but dude, if you have not listened to their role playing stuff, man, you guys got to go listen to Esoteric Order role players. And I'm still like not at the fourth. I can't remember what the fourth one was, or Black and White. I'm still not at their last two arcs right now. I'm trying to desperately catch up. But they're good, and when we did the slasher flick one shot, We Will Be Hunted, that Quinn ran, we did it with them, and they were really awesome in that, and they elevated that story a lot. So I'm really excited to have them in there. So it's cool. And then on the 15th of December, The Ultimate Evil Institutionalized will be released. We'll be recording it on the 8th. It'll be released on the 15th. Really happy with that, how that story is going, Andrew. You guys are blowing me away, man, with the character shit, man. Like it's so fucking amazing, dude. Like how just I like that. I'm totally in love with all the characters in that game with each one of you, and I feel that story now. And I don't know if you feel it as a player. I'll ask your opinion here, but I feel that the story, the actual plot of the story, is starting to come forth now a little bit to the surface. And I just can't. I just can't wait till we expose it. I'm just so excited.
I'm just going with the flow, man. That's what I'm doing. I'm just going with the flow. See where you lead us.
Oh
like
man.
At this point, like I know that with certain stories, that's kind of how you have to approach the gaming. Is like, whatever you've got in store, I'm gonna let you lead us there.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I am really excited for it. That game has such a special place in my heart. I the last month I've been like I found these random like YouTube videos of different shit dealing with Bismarck, North Dakota, like old like TV commercials, and you know what I mean, and just like really trying to get into that vibe of like this small town in the 80s, and just I being there last summer for my sister's wedding and seeing a lot of these places where scenes took place at, and just like being able to take pictures of them and share them. That game by far of any of the stuff I've ever ran for our channel is by far the closest to my heart, by far. I mean, like, for real. And this may whatever surprise some listeners, but like all the vampire shit, it does not touch even remotely close with how special the Ultimate Evil is to me, because I feel like the Ultimate Evil is so grounded in reality, even though it's a horror whatever game. I feel that you see these like really personal, dramatic, and I'm not trying to sound all snooty and haughty toddy and like pretentious or whatever, but like you see these like dramatic conversations and scenes that just deal with like real people and real situations. That scene, the last session that we had, where for example, you broke the news to the wife that her husband was cheating on her, or even the talk that you had with your grandfather, or even like when Alex or it's just so many scenes, like when Alex and Adam went to go speak to the guidance counselor, when Michael spoke to Derek about like the history with the Welksteaders, like these are all like, and if you look at it, nothing really supernatural happened in that whole session, right? It was just real people dealing with real life. And for some reason that I find that really enjoyable to run a game that takes place in. And it makes the horror so much more dramatic, you know what I mean? Where it's not like constantly there. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. And for those of you listening, I appreciate sharing that story with me for sure. Then we have on the 22nd of December, we have Chronicles of Darkness Inferno, which is a badass concept of a game where basically me and Craig play two mortals. I play Brother Jan, and Craig plays Sir Reinhardt. A stick in the mud. No, I love you, Craig. And then Joaquin and Tillman play two demons. And it is really, dude, okay. I got to say this, Andrew.
You got two people who are really good at that. Like,
dude,
I mean, here's the thing.
Okay, we're doing the Texas thing.
I haven't listened to it. Okay, because like I said, it's one of those things where I'm gonna get around to listening to it. I'm gonna wait till it's done, and then I'll listen to the whole thing. But just knowing who is playing the demons is like, all right, I'm in. I'm sold already.
Yeah.
So the only other person maybe who I would like feel that way about would be like Slavic playing a demon too. Like,
dude,
he could totally do that.
Dude, him and Cora. So, well, here's the thing I was going to say. Yeah, those two alone, Joaquin and Tillman, those two alone deserve like that. That's why you should listen to it. But what I was going to say is it was funny because I was talking to Des. She's listening to Negligence now. And for those of you who don't know, our very first vampire game, Negligence, Alex, Joaquin, and Slavic were completely new to role-playing. Completely fucking new to role-playing. And now we have Quinn and Slavic are like storytelling these games that are like extremely fun. You know what I mean? And like the little behind the scenes peek, well, actually not behind the scenes because it'll be released by the time that we are releasing this, is that the 13th Age story, I was just listening to the new one that Slavic and then recorded the one shot. And just, I mean, I don't want to sound like it's not because of me. It's not like because I mentored them. I'm not saying this from like a place of like whatever, but it does make my heart swell with pride seeing that these dudes who were like never had role played before, who just took a chance on some guy asking on Reddit, someone to play vampire, are now like running games on a podcast. You know what I mean? And like it's just really fucking awesome, dude. Yeah. To me, it makes me so happy to be part of this Twin Cities by Night family. And for those any of those listening, we are not a fucking LLC, a business. We are like legit. Like these are my close fucking friends, dude. You know what I mean? These are people that I've talked to at like some severely hard times in my life. And who were there for me during,
like you were saying at the beginning,
yeah, for sure. Like, dude, like on the phone with me, bro. You know what I mean? Like at 2 a.m, dude. You know what I mean? These are like fucking family to me, dude. And that's why I always defend you all. I mean, not that I need to defend you guys. No one's like attacking you all. You know what I mean? But like, you guys are fucking family, dude, for real, man. And that's why I'm so glad that we have this, dude. And I'm glad you're here with me, brother. I'm glad that we got our whole fam, got our back, dude. Because we ain't going anywhere anytime soon, dude. Anywhere anytime soon. So we're gonna keep on trucking, man. Could you imagine like 20 years from now we're still doing this shit? God damn it, my fucking kidney stone passed in the middle of running this game. Oh.
I'm gonna go cry now, y'all.
Yeah. We're gonna go do we're gonna go do our thing. But for real though, and for all you who have watched us or listened to us, all you who just discovered us, whatever, dude, like get down with us, bro. You can find us on our Discord where we're always bullshitting about some kind of shit. I'm on this big office trip and Parks and Recs trip. You guys can fucking check me out talking about that. Or get on our Twitter at twin_cities_VTM. Dude, I can say that off the top of my fucking head, y'all. Go check us out on Twitter where you can find up-to-date news. Yeah, for real.
And Marcus were ripping on you for that, because you're such an old man that you use underscores for a Twitter name. Like, oh man, we don't use IM anymore. Like, this is not an IM screen name. What is this?
I never heard that. I gotta.
They didn't say that. That's what I'm saying. Like,
oh, okay.
You're an old, but they were ripping on you for it, for for using underscore.
Oh my god.
They're just saying what I was thinking, and it's funny. So
yeah,
God, you're such an old man.
I'm 42, bro. 42, man, but feeling young, man. And then find us on Twitter, man. We got our Twitter. We're trying to get our Twitter going and all that shit. So again, thank you all for checking us out. Do you got anything to say, Andrew, before I let these people go? Should we release our new saying?
Wait, what?
We have a new saying. Did I tell you we have a new saying?
No.
This is drink green tea and listen to gore. Does that work? Or should we just keep saying drink cold brew, listen to Black Sabbath? I mean, we could still say
I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. No.
Okay. So let's just say slam cold brew, drink cold brew, listen to Black Sabbath. Say it like that.
Just like you do you, Chris.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Drink cold brew, listen to Black Sabbath. All right, I'll talk to you bitches later. Have a good day. Peace out.
Oh, hello again, folks. I'd like to tell you about the Facebook group we run called White Wolf and Onyx Path RPGs, Gameplay and Media. Have you ever wished you could have an easy way to find gameplay videos and podcasts, or just media in general that deals with your favorite White Wolf role-playing games? Or have you ever wished you could find a forum to share gameplay that you have recorded? One that won't be drowned out by random posts and discussions, so that your media could get the attention you deserve. The group is specifically run with the sole intent of it being a one-stop shop for people to view or share media involving the games we all love. We take thorough steps to ensure the page does not become cluttered and is easy to traverse. The group is already immense and continuing to rapidly grow, with new media being shared every day. Stop on by. We hope to see you there.